Xbox Game Pass is coming out the gate swinging this April, and there are a ton of huge games coming to the service. With a couple of Xbox first-party releases alongside some insane looking new IPs, this April is heating up to be the best month for Game Pass so far. Today, we are covering the 16 brand new Xbox Game Pass games for this April and beyond. My name is Fletcher, and this is Xbox Nation. Subscribe for more Xbox content every single day, and let's dive right in. First up, we have the inclusion of Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition, and it comes to all Xbox Game Pass tiers on the 3rd of April. This edition packs bazillions of guns and is a mayhem-fueled adventure, featuring the base game plus all 4 campaign add-ons, director's cut content, and all cosmetic packs. You'll be able to blast your way through different worlds and enemies as one of 4 Vault Hunters, each with deep skill trees, abilities, and customization. You can also play this one in either solo or join your friends to take on some insane enemies, score loads of loot, and also save your home from the most ruthless cult leaders in the galaxy. I have to say, this is the weakest for me out of all the Borderlands games, as the story was a pretty weak one, and also I really wasn't a fan of the new Vault Hunters. I still think the gameplay is great though, and if you love previous Borderlands games, then you're going to be in for a treat when this comes to Xbox Game Pass. One game that I have been playing recently is the upcoming first-party exclusive South of Midnight. This game finally comes to us on the 8th of April, and I know many of you are excited to dive into this dark, magical journey to the folklore-soaked American South. If you're unaware of South of Midnight, you'll be playing as a character named Hazel, who discovers she can manipulate mystical forces in a world full of spirits. As you can see, this is a fully third-person action-adventure game, and it has a super strong narrative focus and an incredibly unique art style. It's like a moving painting, eerie and dreamlike with a sort of stop-motion aesthetic. The combat in this game looks to blend the supernatural with real-time action, and exploration takes us through a twisted but grounded version of the southern US. As mentioned, it does drop onto Game Pass on the 8th of April, but you can upgrade to the Premium Edition for as little as £9, and that gives you full access on the 3rd of April. I will have my review out on the 3rd of April at 5 PM UK time, so make sure you're subscribed down below if you want to hear my thoughts and if this game is worth your time and money. Next up, this Ultimate Evil Edition contains both Diablo 3 and Reaper of Souls expansion set, together in one definitive volume. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls lets us rise as one of humanity's last defenders, and you can of course choose from the Crusader, Barbarian, Witch, Doctor, Demon Hunter, Monk, or even a Wizard. Along your way though, you'll be exploring this dark and twisted world, and you'll be able to collect legendary loot while mastering devastating new powers and abilities. This game truly is fantastic, graphically sharp and also very polished. It runs at a solid 60 FPS on both the series consoles, regardless of how busy the screen gets, and the sound quality is also very decent. The controls have also been refined for console, and now easy to get on with, and don't get as confusing in more hectic parts of the overall game. Best of all though, the gameplay I love so much from the game's predecessor, but in itself improved and just a bit more refined. It comes to Xbox Game Pass for all tiers on the 8th of April, and I highly recommend you dive in and try it out. Survival horror meets high-stakes PvPvE action in Hunt Showdown 1896, and it's coming to PC Game Pass on the 15th of April. This version of Hunt Showdown takes players back to the late 19th century, where the bayous are even more dangerous, filled with supernatural creatures and ruthless hunters. You and your team must track down horrific monsters, eliminate them, and escape with the bounty, all whilst fending off other players who are looking to do the same. With limited ammo, tense encounters, and permadeath elements, every match here is a very heart-pounding experience. The game's evolving world also means that no two hunts are ever the same, making this an intense and satisfying survival experience for those who thrive under pressure. Up next on the 9th of April, tactical stealth is making a comeback with Commandos Origins. This reboot takes the World War II classic and modernizes it with smoother controls, better visuals, and smarter AI, all while keeping the core gameplay intact that we very much love. You'll be controlling a small squad of elite soldiers, each with their own unique skills, and you'll be tackling complex missions where stealth and planning are the key to everything. It's all about coordinating your movements, using distraction, and exploiting weaknesses. One mistake though can blow the entire mission apart, so patience really pays off. It's not for all of you button mashers. This is a very strategic game where every move really counts. For fans of the original or anyone looking for a more slower, more cerebral challenge, then this one is a solid pick this month. Of course, this is also launching day one onto Xbox Game Pass, and it's great to see a return of a once great and highly regarded franchise. Now, Blueprints drops you into a sprawling mansion with a very chilling twist. The premise of this game is that the house you're exploring has 45 rooms, but rumors point to a hidden 46th room and your job is to find it. The catch here though is that every door you choose gives you a selection of 3 potential new rooms, and once chosen, the map shifts. This isn't just a walking sim though, it's part strategy, part puzzle, and looks to really bend your mind in so many ways that you aren't expecting. This constant reshuffling also means that no 2 playthroughs are ever going to be the same, and you'll also need to think a few steps ahead to get around every corner. It's got atmosphere, from eerie lighting to subtle storytelling baked into every single corner. A couple of different execs at both Xbox and PlayStation have mentioned that this game could be a Game of the Year contender for 2025. So if you enjoy mystery games with a very unique structure and evolving gameplay, Blueprints is one to watch. If you love the Game Pass gem known as Unpacking, then you're going to want to get ready this April for the developer's next entry called Tempopo. And yes, this is also coming day one onto Xbox Game Pass. This is actually a wild change from their previous game and is now a chill musical puzzle game where you are rescuing cute floral friends who get thrown into disarray during a storm. Of course, this is a puzzle game through and through, so if you love these sorts of games, then this whimsical world will have a massive appeal for you. We have got word that you will be able to make your own music and also decorate your own garden with these little creatures that you will save. This is a very unique and cool little puzzler, and if it's anything like Unpacking, then we could be looking at another hidden gem on the Xbox Game Pass library. It arrives on the 17th of April as a day one release, and it will be available as part of your Ultimate and PC tier. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 really burst onto the scene during the Xbox showcase last year, and has since garnered so much hype due to its stunning visual style and taken us back to the good old days of turn-based RPGs. We don't have to actually wait much longer for this one though, as the month of the release is finally here and it comes day one onto Xbox Game Pass on the 24th of April. To give you a bit of an idea about this game, you will take control of a group of expeditioners who are venturing out to destroy what is called the Paintress. Essentially, every year she paints a cursed number, and when done, everyone of that age turns to smoke and fades away. This game really promises a very deep and interesting story, some insane reactive turn-based combat which looks to build on the traditional JRPG tropes, and stunning visuals that will keep us mesmerized from start to finish. I honestly can't wait to dive into this new IP, and this is the first game from this new French studio. I will have a review out on the channel prior to launch, so stay tuned for more details very soon. We are finally seeing the Xbox release of Towerborne at the end of April, and if you're a fan of games like Castle Crashers, then get ready to dive into this new experience. Developed by Stoic and published by Xbox Game Studios, this action RPG leans heavily into co-op brawling with RPG mechanics and a stylish art direction. You and up to 3 friends can team up locally or online to tackle different quests, defeat Umbra monsters, and explore a mysterious overworld. Launching into Xbox Game Preview, this console version arrives with a new class mastery update, adding improved skill systems, a better group finder, new enemies, and even more content across the entire map. It's got the bones of a long-term live service title, but what stands out now is the tight combat and rewarding progression loop. Whether you're playing solo or linking up with your friends via crossplay, Towerborne is a welcome addition to Xbox's growing first-party lineup. In case you missed it, Witchbrook got revealed at the Nintendo Direct last week, and it's coming day one onto Xbox Game Pass. As a longtime fan of games like Stardew Valley, I've been following this upcoming Magic School RPG for years at this point, and honestly, it was incredible to see a glimpse of the action. This nice showing gave us a look at the bustling seaside city of Mossport, the surrounding woodlands, and the Witchbrook College. In this game though, you'll be making different friends, finding romance amidst a cast of eclectic characters, and spending time between classes by foraging in deep woodlands. These are just a few different aspects of the game offering. The game will also feature up to 4-player online co-op, allowing you to craft your own stories and experiences within Witch Academia together. Witchbrook's beautiful pixel art aesthetic really does stand out, and if you're interested, this one does come to Xbox and day one to Game Pass in winter 2025. Doom the Dark Ages has to be the most hyped Xbox Game Pass release for 2025, and this week we got a ton of new news alongside previews from select press outlets and creators, and it's showing off more of this upcoming FPS. The gameplay on offer gave us a bigger glimpse at the sort of semi-open world arenas that we can expect to dive into, alongside the combat, which has definitely undergone a very large change. Instead of the flashy parkour and required need to conserve your ammo, it looks as though Doom the Dark Ages has taken a more original approach to the franchise and taken us back to the good old days of what made the original Doom just so great. The movement is weightier, the combat is more about timing and parrying, and there is no need to conserve your ammo. Honestly, this game looks better and better every time we see it, and so many creators and press outlets have stated this is an incredible small snippet from what they've played. Are you looking forward to Doom: The Dark Ages? Let me know in the comments below. As a bit of bonus news for this week, F1 25 was announced for the Xbox Series X and S, and it is coming this May. But you may be wondering, what does this have to do with Xbox Game Pass? Well, as part of your Game Pass subscription, we will be getting a 10-hour free trial courtesy of EA Play, as long as you're an Ultimate or PC Game Pass subscriber. This gives you the ability to try out the new F1 experience and decide whether it's worth purchasing or not. This newest entry brings back the Breaking Point story mode though, which is just fantastic to see as I love this experience. It also comes alongside a wealth of improvements across my team and so much more. Of course, the visuals have also been ramped up as last gen has now officially been dropped, so this will be the best looking F1 game ever made. This will be available to play on the 30th of May for both the Xbox Series X and S consoles. In case you missed it as well, we had a surprise drop onto Xbox Game Pass over the last week, and that was for EA Sports College Football 25. This is now available on Xbox Game Pass via EA Play as part of the Ultimate and PC tiers. I know college football fans from across the US and across several continents, and they all talk about the unique atmosphere of college football games. When EA made College Football 25, they focused entirely on capturing that atmosphere, and from reviews across online and from different content creators, it looks as though this was an excellent entry that all of you fans really adored. Some of the people out there really did call this the best American football game we've seen in over a decade, and there's also a career mode which will take hours upon hours of your own life. If you love the sport or want to dive in for some high energy football action, then you can do so right now as it's available on Game Pass today. We do also have 3 games entering the standard tier for April, and first up is All You Need Is Help. This is a very lovely and quirky co-op puzzle game. You will get to dive into a quirky multiplayer co-op puzzle game where adorable fluffy cube-shaped creatures collaborate to reach their goals. These creatures, each oddly shaped, jostle against each other to help solve puzzles together. It is a real hidden gem on Xbox Game Pass, and it's great to see this come to Xbox Game Pass Standard. We then have Still Wakes the Deep, and wow, talk about isolation horror at its finest. You're trapped on a North Sea oil rig after a disaster hits, and let me tell you, the feeling of being stuck out there, surrounded by nothing but dark, stormy ocean, it's a whole new level of claustrophobia. The sound design here is top notch. Creaking metal, distant howls of the wind, and the crashing of waves. It honestly made me feel genuinely uneasy, like I was about to fall into the depths of the ocean at any moment. What I really love about this game though is how it plays with psychological tension more than direct confrontation. Again, this is another solid pick for standard users, and I know many of you loved it when it was on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Then the final standard tier game is Wargroove 2. This turn-based strategy game brings everything back we loved about the original and turns it up to 11. In this one, you'll be commanding a brand new cast of commanders, each with unique abilities as you wage war in an all-new campaign. The game also features a fantastic map editor where you can create and share your own maps and campaigns. Whether you're a fan of tactical combat or want to challenge your friends in multiplayer, Wargroove 2 is packed with hours of strategic fun. This is one strategy game that will keep you coming back for more on the standard tier. Just as I was recording this video, I have to mention a big bit of news that has just come out of the Nintendo Direct. Yes, that's right, Silksong was shown and it's still got a release date of 2025. I bet many of you Hollow Knight stands out there are really screaming at the top of your lungs right now, and I cannot wait for a release date coming very soon. I expect we'll hear more at the Xbox Showcase this June, as Xbox do have a marketing deal with Team Cherry. So stay tuned to the channel for more updates and I'll bring them to you very soon. Now, we do come to the unfortunate news in this video. As it is a new month of Game Pass editions, that means more games are going to be leaving the library. As always, make sure you take advantage of your Game Pass discount, and also check out xboxnation.co.uk to get these games at a lower price and to keep them in your library forever. The following games leaving are as follows: Botany Manor, Coral Island, Harold Halibut, Homestead Arcana, Kona, Orcs Must Die 3, and Turbo Golf Racing. There is the addition as well of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which isn't on the list on xboxwire.co.uk, but it is showing up as leaving in the Game Pass library. These all will be leaving on the 15th of April, so make sure you finish up or purchase them very soon. So what is your favourite game announcement from this Xbox Game Pass showing? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more Xbox news, reviews and content like this every single day. Whilst here, why don't you check out the video on screen now, as I covered the finals. It's a free-to-play FPS experience that's blowing up on Xbox at the moment, and you definitely need to check it out.